Greetings, human drones. Vincent K. Evil here. Tonight, I bring you a wonderfully psychotic story about the terrestrial origins of yours truly. It is a tale that few have ever heard and lived to tell about, and I do hope that trend remains true. This story is one for the ages, or even the countless eons if you should choose to wrap your feeble minds around the vastness of which I am. From the moment I set paw upon solid ground, I found it so very easy to manipulate human meat puppets. It's actually quite funny, and I hope you do enjoy the show. Our tale starts on a small Midwest ranch, on a delightfully dark and eerily silent night. So sit back and enjoy, as the misfortunes of man are on display for our entertainment. I call this one the Feline Out of Space. The sky was as black as my fur, as the farmhand Old Man Jenkins slept in his sad little bed. Suddenly, a loud boom was heard startling him from his slumber.
What in tarnation is all that? Him hammering and Joe jiving?
A strangely soothing yellow light enveloped and lit Old Man Jenkins' modest home as he peered out the window. He could see the tail end of what looked to be a comet crash into the hills just before the horizon. The concussive impact from the celestial object shook the farmhouse, breaking several windows and causing Jenkins to fall on his rear.
Yeah, it'd be the end of the world for sure. Or even worse, the government.
Jenkins paused and regained his composure. The yellow glow still lit the hills and the farmhouse, but now it had a rhythmic, slow pulse to it that made it seem alive.
Well, it ain't gonna get the best of me. All right, Bessie, it's time you earn your keep.
Jenkins was looking at a double-barreled shotgun he kept above his mantel. He grabbed the gun and some shells out of a drawer. He quickly put on his overalls and straw hat and began out the door. Just as he left the threshold of his house, he saw a familiar truck heading his way from the south road.
Looks like old Dean wants a piece of the action. Well, I'll never be one to disappoint. Jenkins, you old fool, put down that gun before you kill someone. This here is old Bessie, and I ain't leaving without her. Just get in the truck. We need to check out what it is in those hills. Could be a whole mess of trouble. Well, pitter-patter then.
Dean and Old Man Jenkins drove towards the hills. The soothing yellow light lit their way.
Well, what do you think that is, young feller? Well, it ain't nothing like I've seen before. Looks like something out of one of them pulp magazines.
Dean reached down, untucking his shirt, revealing a revolver.
Whatever it is, I'm ready for it. Maybe, we should leave well enough alone. Maybe let the government handle it. I thought about that. There's something about that light, though. I've got to know what it is. The feds will probably give us the old weather balloon story again.
Just as the truck rounds a curve in the road, the two see a small Jeep and a professional-looking man standing next to it.
Hold up! Hi there, fella. Are you from the government?
Good evening. My name is Dr. Kimchoff. I'm from a nearby observatory. I made my way out here to study this anomaly, but as you can tell, my vehicle has quit on me. I don't suppose you two could give me a lift to the site.
I suppose. Get in.
So, did you fellas see anything unusual tonight?
Other than the pulsating yellow light and crashing comet? Nope, just a normal night here. Don't be rude now. This here's our guest.
I'm sorry, it was a silly question, considering we are headed towards a unworldly yellow light in the middle of the night.
Shh.
Just then, the three heard a blood-curdling screech.
Do you fellas hear that racket? Who or what makes a noise like that?
Don't worry, it was probably just a screech owl. By my projections, we're almost to the site. The soothing yellow light suddenly increased in intensity.
I don't like this one bit. Stay ready, boys.
It should be just beyond this clearing. We can continue on foot.
The three started on their way towards the disturbance. Old Man Jenkins and Dean readied their weapons.
Stay behind me, Doc.
A thick fog started to roll in at the feet of the three. The intensity of the yellow light grew, and the pulse slowed to a hypnotic pace that left them in anticipation for its every return.
Don't worry, the object is just cooling in the night air, causing rapid condensation.
We still don't know what it is, so until we do, don't tell me not to worry.
I'm with Dean on this one. It could even be Martians. Don't be silly.
A strange low-frequency hum started, its rhythm matching the pulse of the light.
Maybe we should have left this one to the feds.
We gone this far. Let's get at her.
Don't worry, Bessie. I got you.
The fog wafted about now, chest high to the three men as they approached the unknown. Just as they could not stand the intensity of the light, it dimmed to a faint ambience. The fog cleared a bit, and they could now make out the form of something.
What is that there?
Is that?
A cat.
A small black cat was carefully cleaning himself beside a pool of yellow liquid that gave off the yellow glow. Two halves of a round object lay on either side of the pool.
Oh no! That cat must have been wandering in here thinking it was summertime. We gotta save that little feller.
Wait, we don't know how toxic that yellow stuff is.
Indeed, I need to analyze it.
The black cat glanced up at the three, giving them what seemed to be a knowing look. He then proceeded to walk up to Old Man Jenkins and rubbed against his leg.
Well, that's a fine how do you do. Don't worry, little guy. I'll get you out of here.
This stuff, what do you think it is, Doc?
I've never seen anything like it. I need to get a sample back to the lab.
The doctor produced a small vial from his case and proceeded to collect some of the fluid. Just as he reached his hand near it, a tendril shot out and wrapped around his arm.
It's got me!
Hold still, Doc.
Dean fired his revolver. His aim was true. The bullet severed part of the tendril. The doctor's arm was free, but covered in the glowing yellow slime.
What in God's name was that?
Just then, the pool of liquid began to swell and bubble.
Get the hell out of there, Doc.
Run for the hills!
The doctor backed away in horrible fright as the pool began to form tendrils, a monstrous face, and a gaping maw of long serrated teeth.
Get behind me, little cat. Bessie will take care of this varmint.
Dean circled around to the left to flank the beast as Jenkins aimed his boomstick dead center. The doctor tripped over his own feet as he shook with fear and fell to the ground.
Now!
Jenkins fired his shotgun at the beast. A yellow mist struck Dean in the face.
Take that, devil spawn!
Dean fired his revolver, hitting the thing in the eye and upper jaw. The shapeless thing hissed, but quickly retaliated, striking both Old Man Jenkins and Dean with a tentacle in the chest.
Doc, do something or we're dead.
What should I do?
The doctor caught sight of a bowling ball-sized rock. He quickly rolled out of the way of a tendril and grabbed it, tossing it at the monster. It landed in its jaw and was quickly devoured. Jenkins leapt to his feet, grabbing Bessie. Dean also recovered, readying himself. An awful howl came from the beast, and it started to convulse. The thing quickly melted into a pile of goo.
What happened?
I don't know. Are you okay, Mr. Pepper? Rock salt. That rock I threw at him. It must have been mostly rock salt. That's why it shriveled up like a slug.
Brilliant, Doc. I owe you a drink.
It wasn't my plan, just dumb luck. What matters now is that me and my new pet are fine and dandy.
The three suddenly had a bad feeling as they realized the yellow glow had left and that they were alone in the dark.
I need a shower. This yellow slime smells like garbage.
Indeed, I still need to get it to my lab to analyze its origins. Off we go, Mr. Pepper.
The three staggered their way back to the truck.
Perfect.
Does she have any gas? I suppose we are walking back. Well, I wish I had 4 legs. Well, at least I got my new friend.
Just as they started down the road, the doctor started to have a pain in his stomach.
Yeah, I don't feel so good.
What's wrong, Doc?
I got a bad feeling about this.
In a dreadful instant, the doctor rose to his feet. He screamed a horrible howl as his chest burst open into a deadly array of tentacles.
Jenkins, get that shotgun now.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Jenkins fired at the gruesome mass, splattering it into a fine mist.
Damn it, I liked him.
What now?
You think that yellow crap infected him?
You mean like a cold? I remember one time I got a fever so bad, I saw little green fellers.
I mean, with whatever that was that just burst out of him, does that mean we're next?
Both men looked down at their now yellow attire.
No, it can't be like that. I survived the Great War. I'm not going down like this. No sirree.
Let's just tread carefully and hightail it to that ranch.
I suppose. Let's get trucking, Pepper.
After a solemn and silent walk back to the ranch house, the two and their new-found furry acquaintance took a moment to gather their composure.
Do you think we're safe now?
I don't think we can tell just yet. Maybe we should get some rest.
Yeah, I guess that ain't a bad idea. You can lay your head down here for the night, being your truck ain't running at all.
All right, then.
As the two cleaned themselves up and readied for bed, a sudden and awful pain shot through Dean's body.
Ah!
Don't tell me you're turning like that poor doctor.
Go ahead, then. Kill me before it's too late.
Jenkins readied his trusty shotgun and aimed it at his friend.
I don't know if I can do it, Dean. I have to be sure, at least.
You old fool. You've seen what's next.
We can't be sure. Maybe you just have some bad gas or something.
Suddenly, Dean's eyes began to glow yellow as he writhed in pain.
I reckon you better get to it, then.
With tears in his eyes, Jenkins steadied his trusty shotgun.
You are always good to me, my friend. I'm real sorry it had to end like this.
Jenkins fired just as a tentacle burst from Dean's chest. Yellow goo and gore filled the kitchen of the ranch house.
This ain't fair. This ain't fair none bit. Why?
Jenkins could feel exhaustion creep in as the adrenaline wore off.
Well, I'll sort this mess out in the morning if I live that long, dang blasted. Pepper, let's get some Z's. It's the only thing that makes sense at this point.
The old fools never see it coming. Some folks might call this one a tragedy, but I'd say they'd be wrong. I'm still laughing about it to this day. A small feline out of space, set loose on an unsuspecting world. It's so wonderfully evil. Now you know my humble beginnings on this gullible rock. But then again, origins could be many, just as chaos is a small black cat.